Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you here. Midday money on a Friday. Football Friday, the 22nd of September. Welcome on into the show. Like, subscribe, put that notification bell on so you know each and every day. Free pick video for Midday Money, but also look headlines. Halftime of the NFL Sunday night game. Why would you want to miss look headlines? That's something that actually has a little value. Actually, for about a day or two, it does when we do look at lines. Because the Midday Money Show, we run through the daily picks, and there's that. But if you're a podcast listener, I appreciate you tuning in after the fact and listening after. And even if you watch the show live on Midday Money, do yourselves a favor. Go to wherever you listen, Spotify, Pandora, iHeart, whatever, Amazon, and then find Midday Money. And when you go to bed at night, put your phone on mute and just play from episode 1 and just let it just run all night long. All 20, all 8-10 hours of sleep. Most people probably sleep 5 hours a night. Go ahead. Churn up those ratings for me. The whatever they're called. Listens, downloads, I have no idea what it is. Anyway, Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. Let me post the plays. Posting plays. They're posting up. They're there. They're here in the chat. They're posted in the chat just like that. Anything from last night we got to talk about? What is this one? That's for, all right. Sometimes we have, J-Rock says all miss plus 210. T-Money says Colorado beats Oregon or USC. My guy, I was doing a show with Jesse and Ross just now, live show on Fridays on Winter Circle. And Dan's Rants comes in. He's a good guy coming in comment all the time. He's like, Philly Eagles, free money, minus 4.5. Blank check, he says. I wrote it down. Let's get to the show here today. So recapping yesterday's action, 2-0 winners there. We had Georgia State in college football. San Francisco team total over gets there. And that's it. That's what we had yesterday. And we'll wait another 3 seconds. And boom, just like that, after 20 seconds, we get to today's picks. College football, 13-9 plus 290 in the video. Purdue plus 6, Air Force minus 4.5. If I wasn't running back because I was adding baseball today, I would have added some Saturday college football up on here. But I guess I'll do that tomorrow morning. It'll be a more up-to-date line, maybe a little different than what I would like to have, but it is what it is. NFL winner 4-3 in the video plus $80. Baseball 279 and 331. Work to do to get this down to a respectable level. I was hoping to get to 5 honey. At this point, I'm happy to bring it down to about a dime or so. But let's go. It starts tonight. Nats over against the Braves. We got, yes, it is Corbin, but if you've been fading Corbin all year, you are down money. I just think we see some runs here. Mets over, McGill and Walker. Yankees over. Are you kidding me? This is a Luke Weaver sighting versus B. Fatty? I'll go over. They look slow. Why isn't this an 18? And the Padres over. Our guy T-Money's Padres team. And Mr. Numbers, too, is hanging on to a playoff-bound ticket for the Padres. Let's see. Let's see if they could sweep here and make it, 10 in a row for them or something like that? Would it be? Something ridiculous like that? Padres over. And there's that. Let's get to the comment section. See how everybody's doing today on a Friday. Ray Reddington's in the house. What do you say there, Ray? Good to see you. And Ray's coming right in with soccer. All right, these are more for today. I don't know if I can put these up in the chat because there's 2 early games today. We'll miss out. All right. Bundesliga 2. Hamburg. Team total over 2.5 plus 126. That starts in 20 minutes away. And Bundesliga Stuttgart. Darmstadt. First half over 1.5. Am I saying that correctly? How's my German? Plus 131, 2:30 this afternoon. Bundesliga opened. This is a Bundesliga Openda to score for Leipzig. Plus $1, 9:30. What is this? Bundesliga Openda? Bundesliga Stuttgart? Bundesliga 2? There's a whole lot of Bunzaliga. What's a Bunzaliga going on in this joint? Orioles money line only play for me today. Kramer versus Biebs coming back off the injured list. I don't hate it. I don't hate fading the guy off of a IL return. J Rock is in the house. Should have took your advice on Georgia State. It's all right, J Rock. Locking in with the King is in the house. T Money, happy Friday, September. I know September's over. Crazy. King D, 3 to play at under 44 last night. Giants Frisco. I had the over 43, so I'm a little annoyed there. I couldn't get the over. I'm a little annoyed. I thought I had that over sewn up, but the Giants are pathetic. T Money, Air Force -6.5. Bet a few dogs ago. Got a +116. Been a light week of baseball. Air Force Marshall money line pounding Georgia State. You and I both had said the days ago. Yep. Air Force. So you like Marshall money line? Well, that's tomorrow's game. Air Force today. That line's 6.5. Not bad. I mean, I do like Air Force. It's a bad spot for San Jose. Bad spot for San Jose. Michael B's at the house. Welcome. Dan's rants on the Eagles. You saw Jesse, you were there. I saw the Dan's rants. I was like, I got to get the pen out for that, Dan. Easy money, free money. It wasn't, he locked out a free money and a blank check, he said. All good fun. We'll see. Hopefully he pops in. I don't know if he'll come into if he'll come into midday money. Otherwise, I have to wait to see him in the comments section. Team Money, I saw you talking NFL this morning. As always, do the Eagles games and no play. If Hurts wasn't hurt, I'd be all over the Eagles. Yeah, if Hurts wasn't hurt, the line wouldn't have opened up at 6 or 7 and got down to a 5. You know, I mean, that's the thing. It'd be a different game. And would I be taking Tampa Bay at +3 instead of a +7? No. Jeff, my guy, how you been? Bedbug job listening from a contaminated house over here. Well, oh my goodness, bedbugs are bad. Jeff, let me ask you this, because I was thinking about you the other day. So I had you come in through the garage, right? You come in, park the truck, you come in, the garage door opener. My front door area, it's like on the side, and I have just grass next to me. There's no house next door. It's all open. And like, there's got to be like 15 like dead crickets at my doorstep. Are they just trying to get in to get out of the heat? And they're like just suiciding themselves at my front door? Like, it's crazy out there. It's crazy. I know they want you to eat like crickets for food, like cricket potato chips and stuff. I could open up a cricket stand. That's how many crickets I got on the side of my house over there. It's ridiculous. Where are they coming from? Crickets. And these are Texas crickets, so it might as well be helicopters. Michael B. Good night, 3-0 in baseball. I did lose the under Niners game by a 0.5 point. I told you Giants are dead. You know, LA scored their last 3. 2 wild pitches. A left fielder forgot to put out on second. Are you kidding me? Giants are dead. That's an official dead play there when they do stuff like that. Purdue +6.5, right take. Purdue, yes, Boilermakers today. I double clicked that. Michael Bill says TCU seems to have gotten better. Do you like them this week? Let's look at a little TCU against the SMU. I got to tell you, I sort of like the SMU here. I don't know if TCU's gotten better. I mean, they had a couple bad turnovers in the Colorado game. It's like this one to me. I don't know. I lean a little SMU. I don't, and it's just Bill, not for anything other than it wasn't a game that jumped out for me last Sunday, so I didn't really dive into it much. But I see like a 6.5 with a home team, and again, my head just goes, they just got to win by 7, and I'm not interested. Not interested. Michael B. Especially when you're playing another Texas school. You know, I mean, TCU was a little guys. SMU is definitely a smaller guy. Michael B. Giants are 5-31 on a road since the All-Star break. Holy cow! 5-31. There goes your playoffs right there. Groovy. Right, like the Orioles pick. Yep. Desmond said 7th. Good morning. Only 7 likes. 7 likes on the channel. Well, it says 11 now. So there's that. Poll is posted. Oregon -21, Colorado +21 on winning free picks. If you're on the winning free pick channel, vote. Oregon, I guess I'm sinking in some of your guys' heads out there. I see Oregon up 54-46 in a poll. T Money, Ray, better the reverse soccer. I love it. Usually have high scoring games, Ray. Good. I mean, here we go. It's soccer. Opend is a player name? Okay. Bundesliga Openda, the player. I got it. Bundesliga 2, always high scoring. He says Team Money likes the soccer too. Does I collected 100 from last night's Georgia State victory. There you go. Georgia State. I said get it done. King D. Sweaty, especially when they had 5 minutes left to go in the game. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. I can't get a should have been an over for me. Should have been an over. But that's why I'm 500 in NFL this year. Last year, 64, 65%, every one of those is going my way. This year, I haven't caught them. And I'm 500. Bama wins the coverage. You can write that down with your pen. Jesse Shule. Bama covers. And I do like that. I mean, at that number, you got to like Bama at 6 or 7. Michael B. Tonight, Dodgers run line. I do not care who's pitching. Kansas City first 5 of Raggins. I wanted to take the Royals today. I almost put them out in the chat, believe it or not. Red Sox first 5 with Sale. Yeah, I've thought about an over in that game as well, too, Michael. Team Money. Lelo to Crickets. I know. It's crazy down here. Gio says Oregon minus 21. Yes, sir, Gio. Get those Ducks. Effing Bob. Cubbies money line. Too much juice. And, yeah, how about the Cubbies just drop it a few, too? I mean, what are you doing losing 2 out of – I mean, hi. The Cubs. 1, 2, 1 and 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1 and 7. 1 and 7. Barely getting my 77.5 wins. They cashed win total like, oh, it's great. Sean won. Let's not play anymore. 12 likes now. Excellent. Dodgers money line. I don't know if I could do a Dodger money line. That's a little steep for me at 155. I mean, for September, Gio, I'm going to say okay to the 160. Just because normally this is like a 290 during the regular season with the Dodgers. So you want to lay 160. I get it. Our guy, Michael B., Giant fan, says they have all but checked out. 5 and 21 on the road since All-Star break. Wow. Jeff says, he usually likes standing water or high grass, dark moist areas. Just cut the grass and pour out. Well, so it is a little damp. I do water the grass, and the grass isn't too high. It's, I got a guy come every week to cut it. No standing water, though. It's not like I have buckets of water on the side of the house. It's definitely probably a little cool over there. Interesting, though. It's not. All right, well, whatever the case may be. I have crickets. Effing Bob. Oregon wins 21 is too much. Too much. I'd lay 30 with Oregon. Ray Reddington says Purdue plus 6.5. Don't know. I answered it, Ray. Not only did I answer it, hi, it is in the chat. This has been up since Wednesday, I believe, when I put Purdue in Air Force and the third Wednesday I had because Georgia State I had in here. In fact, this might have been up on Tuesday when we did Teaser Tuesday. Raymond, Colorado plus 21. That's a loser, Ray. Raymond, do not take the Colorado Buffaloes. If anything, if you don't want to take Colorado to win by 21, take Colorado team total because they're going to score 50 points. Not Colorado. Ducks team total. Eaglevari took San Fran team total over 27.5 after night on your recommendation. Thank you for the pork roll. There you go, baby. It's Taylor ham, though. It's Taylor ham. Taylor ham. Taylor ham and cheese. Excellent, though. Get that win. Get the win. I like Oregon by 30. I like Oregon to roll in this one. I don't think it's close. I think between Oregon and USC, the next 2 weeks, Colorado loses by a combined 100 points. Jesse says, Ray, you can't get 5.5 anymore in Purdue. Well, you don't know where Ray's at. He could get – I had a guy come in here with some crazy Tijuana line sometimes, Jess. So, you get a little local kind of book for yourself. A little local offshore-ish kind of guy, PPH, you never know what kind of number you're going to get. Never know what kind of number you're going to get. I'm just checking out what is on the agenda. I want to find, here we go, college football team totals. Nothing there. Some first halves. Might add some Colorado first halves for tomorrow. Let me get off the screen. Sorry. Get sidetracked. King D. Oregon will lose outright. Here's another guy. I'd expect better from you, King D. Oregon loses outright. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Gio says why? Why does Oregon roll all over this Colorado team? Let's start with Colorado giving up, 7 yards per rush at TCU. Getting an interception in the end zone, an interception on it too, a game they should have lost. You played a dogfight versus Nebraska, who just gave you the game by turning the ball over left and right. You allowed 400 yards passing to Colorado State, who got trucked out of their own building by Washington State, who could be the 5th or 6th best team in the Pac-12. And now you're going on the road to a real team. You're not going to TCU, whose starting quarterback is in the NFL and who lost 8 guys on defense and 7 guys on offense and is kind of in a rebuild themselves. Now you're going to Oregon, who has for the last, let's just say 20 years. We'll just round. We'll say 15 years. Even want to say 10 years. Has been a borderline playoff team as a Pac-12 because they're always the odd ducks, literally not getting into this. A program that has been built for well over a decade with 4- and 5-star recruits, always a top recruiting class, depth, all types of stuff. Why are we running to take Colorado? Because it's Deion Sanders? I got clowns, Gio, on Twitter. Look at this Deion changing the game. He pumps in music at a practice and the fight song of the other team. Really? I saw this in 1986. This isn't a knock on primetime. I don't even know if he's a good coach. He's got good assistants because he just gets the guys in there. They are totally outclassed here. This is why their win total was 5.5. And when he brought in 50 new guys, it went down to 3.5. Because you're going to go play a team like Oregon, and then you have USC up next. I mean, I love the fact that somebody said they're going to beat USC. I mean, that's just okay. Okie dokie. Arizona State. I mean, we could laugh at Arizona State's team. They're pretty bad. Can you get a win there? Can they beat Arizona State? Maybe. They're on the road. Let's see how they do. Stanford looks terrible. UCLA, I don't think they win. Oregon State, I don't think they win. Arizona, I don't think they win. Washington State, no. Utah, they were a 5-win team for a reason because you have Arizona State and Stanford. Come on with this nonsense. This is about lines in a game. I'm on Cool Bet. They have Purdue plus 6.5. Take it, Ray. Cool Bet. Gio, what is Colorado Buff going to lose by 30? Why? Because they have no defense. Because their defense is horrendous. That's why. We'll start there with their defense being terrible. Ramon, Oregon hasn't played anyone yet. Struggled against Texas Tech. Okay. And I don't like lecturing and coming in and give like betting kind of stuff. We have point spreads of college football, much like the NFL. You have a team in Oregon coming in. Let's be honest. And I had Texas Tech that game because in the previous game before that, all I heard on the whole week was how Oregon put up 81 points in a game. Well, now you're going on the road versus Texas Tech, who last year average like 35, 36 points a game. Top second best team scoring in the Big 12. Off a game where they're up 17-0, 5 minutes into a game in Wyoming, and then they just whatever happened. I have no idea what happened. Then they slept the entire game and end up losing in some craziness in overtime. Um, yeah, this Texas Tech is a good team. They play down to them, and they end up getting a cover in there, a miracle cover. That's fine. This is why this line in August was Oregon minus 28. It opened, and I have it. You go to Winner Free Picks. I have Oregon at minus 14.5 points. That's the line I got. Then on Monday, it's 21 points. It was 28 in August. It was 14 on Sunday. It was 17 on Monday, and probably 21 by Tuesday or Wednesday. Oregon struggles. Man, I feel bad for the new people into betting that don't understand football yet. I mean, you guys are going to get really hurt. I say this about live betting games. And again, I do not win every game. But, 33 years, I've seen a couple things in my life, bet games. And I've learned a little bit. You're going to get hurt. I'm telling you right now. They do not have the depth. Let me take this off, Bill. Get back to the Oregon. Next year, to have a little more depth. Like 3 years from now, Colorado probably might be a playoff team. Could be a playoff team. You can't win with 10 elite players on your team. You could do that in the subdivision when your son's a quarterback and Alabama wanted him. Yeah, he's going to be that much better. That is him playing at Jacksonville with his old man is like, hi, it's Georgia playing McNeese State. That's the comparison. It's Georgia versus a Sunbelt team. Now you're against other teams that have just as many. Actually, they have more guys than you, better guys than you. And let's just throw in the fact that every team is going to come out here gunning for you to run it up because your quarterback rolls around in a Rolls Royce talking crap, and your dad's like, if you don't think we're for real, then there's something wrong with you. All right, listen, you're under 25. Keep living at home because you're gonna have zero money betting on this team this year. A lot smarter people than me said that. 5 wins, 5.5 wins. We're going to drop it to 3.5 wins. Now, you got 3 wins under your belt. Could you have 1 maybe? But that's football. And that's point spread. It helps you out there. You cover on one side, whatever. You win this game and you play USC good, I'm totally wrong. I mean, I don't know. I until I see you stop somebody on defense, this is not a good team. Brew Crew with Bernsey on the hill. Yes. I'm on the old lady. Okay. Have fun doing that. NC State minus 9.5. I got no real opinion on this game here. We brought this up, Desmond, on Winter Circle this morning, me and Jesse with Ross. I mean, Virginia's bad. I mean, you got 9.5. I thought it's down to 7. Didn't it come down? I think you got a bad number here. I definitely don't like a 9.5 if there's a 7.5 out there. I mean, 7.5s. Yeesh. T-Money, I'm proud of you, King D. I'll be on the spread of money line. Don't worry. That's be a fun show Sunday morning. What hockey? I'm not a big hockey. I don't have a team I like in hockey. I just try to find spots to win money on, Ramon. Oregon only beat Texas Tech by 8. Yeah. That's good reason to bet them. I love this. More reason to like the Ducks. They only beat Oregon by 8. Oh, Gio. Only beat Texas Tech by 8. Team one, Oregon probably will win, but just so you know, their it'll take their all. Yes, I'll have wings. I'm supposed to go. My daughter sent me a text. She's staying over a friend's house. It's first of all, it's home. My son's gonna have her homecoming. She's got a sleepover, and the girl's parents are having a party or whatever. They wants to go over there. So I don't know what kind of food they're gonna have. Texas Tech thinks they can't score. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say they're not playing well this year. I mean, they've cost me. I've had them. I had them in Wyoming. They're up 17-0, and they stopped scoring. I take them in the next game against the Ducks, and they have a lead, and they blow that, and then they get a fluke interception return for a touchdown. I don't know. I mean, they can't score, but they put up 30 on Oregon and 33 in Wyoming a game. Again, the problem is Wyoming was scoring on them, which was bizarre. Michael B says King D Sports Betting. At King D Sports Betting. Plus $6 Colorado money line. That'll be a nice payday. I missed the best number, so I'm passing. The best number? What did you miss? Did you miss getting 28 in August, Mike? I mean, why wouldn't you get 21? Explain how Oregon's A better. Oh my goodness, Gio. I can't do a whole show on why you love primetime. Exactly. King D, I mean, the guy above you, I mean, why is Oregon better? I mean, is this a joke? I mean, this is craziness here. I don't ever wish for people to lose. Like, I mean, I'm on the other side. But holy cow. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. ASU is bad. They should win that. ASU is bad. And they're going to need a win because when you lose 55-20 to Oregon and USC comes in your own place and puts up probably a 50-something spot on you and lose by 30 again at home. I mean, I'm joking that they lose by 102 games. They could lose combined by 60 or 70 points these 2 weeks. Heck, 50 points. And people are still going to say, well, it's, well, USC, what the heck? They're going to lose by 50 or more points these 2 weeks. And then you got ASU, who looks terrible. Yeah, you should win that game. That's why you were projected to win 5 games. Michael B. Colorado should have lost to TCU if TCU doesn't make dumb turnovers. A pick in the end zone and a pick on a 2 and a missed field goal. And you still, I mean, and again with this, they still barely won that game. You get a pick in the end zone, a pick on a 2, and a missed field goal. And you win 45-42. And it's just from the standpoint of it changes the complexion of a game. Like it just changes how things are going. Colorado can't run the ball. You can't run the ball. You can't stop the pass. What is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen when they play a top 15 team that can run the ball, that can pass the ball, that can throw the ball, catch the ball, tackle? What's going to happen in this game? What could possibly go wrong for Colorado in this game? Today, it's a great announced Purdue plus 10 Air Force 1 line and over NC State 275. You need all the help from NC State here. I'd rather just, if you're going to go Purdue up to 10, Air Force tease it down, take the NC State line down to 3. Like, I don't trust Virginia to score points. I mean, I guess it's 43. You're thinking it's 34-17 or something. But when I have a bad team, I don't want to get involved in the total. Here we go. King D, shouting out T-Money and Mike, looking for love on this game. It's Glow, not Geo. I'm sorry, Glow. It's Glow. All right, Glow. Glow. See, Donato looks like an Italian name, so I think it's Geo. Sanders' son, the star, not his dad, the coach. Oh, I'm not. It's okay. So you're betting on it just because of Shooter Sanders being a quarterback. That's why you're betting on him because he's a good quarterback. Does he? Is he a defensive lineman? Also, is he playing cornerback or middle linebacker? Is he something to help stop guys busting through the line and going for 70 yards to carry? 21 is a lot. But you know what? Not as much as the 28 it should have been, because that's what it was in August. And the fact that it opened at 14 and went to 17 and went to 21, and people still love Colorado. Again, man, that's a gambling 101 there. I see stuff like that. I'm going to unload on the other side. Randy, I made a $5 bet on Philly minus 7.5 next week over Washington weeks ago. Is there a bet I can make to at least get a couple dollars back right to game day? Just for next week, you bet the Eagles over Philly. Oh yeah, or Eagles over to Washington next week for week 4. Oh my goodness. See, normally that looks like a good bet to me, right? I'm 7.5. People will come in, take the dog. Oh man. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's a $5 bet, right? Why don't you just put another $5 on the other side and just take the split if you're that worried about it, you know. And there's a lot of tough games. I should say tough games. The lines are tough. They're all a lot of threes, pick'ems. Oregon's also going to give up some points, not more than they're going to score. Eric's is betting into the numbers. Texas Tech is trash. Facts. Preach, brother. Preach. At Ramon from Jesse, they haven't played anybody. Argument is all useful teams with new coach or quarterback that are exceeding expectations. They saw Oregon with same coach, same QB, basically last year's team. 82 to a high school program. For what's that? From the 21. No way. 14 maybe. It opened at 14. It went from 14 to 17 to 21. What's worse, struggling versus Texas Tech or Colorado State? I mean, they should have. I had Texas Tech. And I had bad numbers on Texas Tech. I took a loss on Texas Tech. I didn't even get a push because I had Texas Tech plus 7. +7. Loser. Michael B. I doubt Sanders stays at Colorado for 3 years. I bet as soon as son leaves, he feels leaves for a bigger program, even if they are not winning national TV. He is prime time. He did say what? His son's not leaving next year? $305 Canes in the house. What do you got here? Thoughts on Oklahoma? I do like Oklahoma. I like Florida State. North Carolina line looks a little tricky. I do sort of like them. Do the Canes have what it takes to take care of Florida State? Well, that's the question here. Let's be honest. I do like Florida State to beat Clemson this week. You're at you're on the road for that game. Let's see what happens here. Florida State wins here. I'm going to say Canes are in trouble. Because then Florida State's going to be real full of themselves. You got cupcakes, Virginia, Syracuse, Duke, all at home, at Wake Forest. I mean, Pitt looks bad. T-Money, Sean, you're speaking facts I agree with, but I love your points. I just respectfully disagree. It'll be tight. See, I don't think it's going to be tight. You know, that's the difference. I don't think it's going to be tight. Oregon wins and covers. Come on. It's a blowout. I will go team total over 47.5 Oregon. They're definitely not going to hold back. Definitely not holding back. The total in this game is 73. You think Colorado's putting up 50 here? They're putting up 40? J-Rock up 21. They're still throwing deep at Colorado. Even Georgia can't cover right now. Georgia at least, Georgia's laying 42. I mean, you're comparing Colorado to Georgia now. That's where we're at. Back-to-back champs. An SEC team to boot. But they're having trouble covering. Yeah, I mean, and I don't get involved when they're laying 51 and 41. And by the way, they did cover last week. They covered 41 last week, Georgia. They covered 41 points. Or 2 weeks ago. And you have a brand new quarterback. If you the fact that you're bringing this Georgia into this conversation, Chloe, what are we doing? What are we doing? Bama can't cover. Here we go. Now Colorado's Georgia and Alabama. Chloe, I don't have Cash App, but I'll gladly download it because you're going to be living on the street pretty soon by taking these Colorado bets the next 2 weeks. Holy cow. J-Rock. Frozen known. Frozen none. Win, draw, no bet, plus $1. Jesse, if Colorado bets had any money, the line would be 21. Exactly. Because they lost their souls last week. They lost everything they had last week. Hawaii stinks, Portland State stinks. Yeah. They're not good teams. That's why that's how you drop an 81 on a bad team. Hawaii, bad team. That's why you win 55. But yet, when Colorado plays a bad team, you don't see those scores. You see 43-35 in a game they should have lost. You see 45-42 in a game they should have lost. You put 36 up on Nebraska, and Nebraska just kept turning it over. I think Nebraska just turned it over again. How many? 3 fumbles, an interception, a missed field goal. What is going on here? They just come on. Oh, glow. Oh, jeez. Texas Tech stinks. I think they're better than Colorado. Ray's going to go sweat on the Hamburg match. Okay, I didn't know it was going to happen. I didn't know maybe going out for a walk. Maybe we're going to go get a little freaky deaky. I don't know what's going to happen there. Michael B. I'm missing the 17.5 with Oregon. I don't want to bet the worst number. I'm in it for a live line. Mike, I put up on Sunday that line, and it was already 17. You missed it on Sunday when they opened it up? Moneyline Markel. I like Philly first 5 today. I give them the over in that Moneyline Markel. Glow. Against these appointments competition, Oregon is not going to run it up. Now, here's the thing with this. What do you consider decent competition? Because you think Colorado's decent competition. I do not. I do not think they're. Is it going to be 49-10 like last year? No. Is it going to be 55-21? Probably something like that. 55-24. Colorado's not Washington. They're not USC. Maybe. Are they UCLA? They beat UCLA 45-30 last year. They almost beat Oregon. Here we go. Ducks have no D. Here we go. No Hunter. Hunter's out. Here's the thing, Lo. No one mentioned prime time. Well, because everybody just thinks I mentioned because when it comes across my Twitter, it's like, oh, this guy's revolutionized coaching. Look at this. He's not. I don't know how he's revolutionized anything. You're an NFL Hall of Famer. You got personality. You got flair. It's the TikTok generation. Kids, everybody thinks. You have Instagram. You think you're a model. I should have an Instagram and say I'm a professional football player or baseball player because I like to play a video game. Listen, Glow. This is not a good team. It's not a good team. They're an all right team. Maybe they're a 500 team. Maybe they're a 500 team. I don't know. They're not better than 500. That's not it. I mean, and the fact that you say they can't, one team couldn't do something against one team, which means they can't do against another. I mean, you don't. That's not a comparison. Well, X happened. Why can't we say last year Colorado then lost 49-10 last year? So how are they in this game? Because Oregon is just as good as better, and Colorado's a little better. So maybe they close the gap. Maybe it's 49-24. Eric, Florida State money line. Take it. Corey Jones checking in. First commenter ever, Corey Jones. Michael B. UFC tomorrow. Charlie Jordan minus 130 taken out to be 170 by tomorrow. Mike Downey's coming in Florida State. A lot of Florida State love here in the chat. Brian says, morning, Hicks. Now my biggest bet of season last night with the Tigers on their own line, riding high now. They got it done. 7. They put up a 7 spot, 7-2. Was that game? Oregon now in the chat is 62% to 38% over Colorado. Look at that. Unbelievable. Take it at 21 points. Take the 21. At least you waited, because you'd be upset if you only got 14. Manila Markel, Colorado. I got the Colorado love here. And this is it. The book is done. We're down to my last page in the book. T Money likes Colorado. King D. Glow. Moneyline. Markel. Who else? Who else is on this Colorado train? Going off a cliff. J-Rock says, I'm actually going to be on Ramos, but I agree money on Jordan will keep coming in, so I'll wait. That was to Michael B's UFC pick. Brian says, kind of like an NC State Virginia over to 47. I got no opinion on that. Geo within Mike Farrar, thoughts on early Rockies Cubbies time? Listen, the Cubs I just mentioned, I think they're 2-8, something like that. They're 2-6 the last 7-8 games. Just they're 1-7. I don't want to lay 230. How? And I gotta say, I think my Cubby NL Central ticket is dead. I'm happy I just cashed you over, because they cashed you over and didn't stop playing baseball. Should they win? Yeah, they should win. They're freaking fighting for a wild card spot. Do I want to lay 230? Heck no, Mike. Thoughts on over-under Corbin Burns tonight? I'd go over Burns' strikeouts. Mike says the fix is in. Prime the ratings god. Yeah, he sure is. Corey Jones. So you mean tell me last week Oregon 30.5 they cover, and now they come in with a line of 21 might be a push. No, listen. Forget last week's game. Don't look. You can't look at. They did something last week. Totally different teams. Here's the thing with the Colorado team. What we have seen every week. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass, and they rely on outscoring teams. Well, when you play a team that's better than you and that has better players all over the field than you, you're not going to be close. This isn't Texas Tech where, hey, we're running for 7 yards a carry. Let's not rush the ball and throw 2 interceptions in the end zone from the 5-yard line. No. Oregon say, oh, we're running for 8 yards a carry against you. We're going to pummel your defense because it's terrible. Because you have 3 guys who played Division I last year. We're going to run all over you, and we're going to maul you to death. Yes, -6.5 Alabama. Glow, Texas Tech's the only good team Oregon played. Texas Tech's not good. They lost to Wyoming. All right. I mean, all right. You sold me. I guess Oregon wins outright. Or excuse me, Colorado outright. You're right. Oregon is terrible. Terrible program. Brian says, favorite Major League play tonight, maybe Phillies team total over. I got the Philly over in the chat here for the game, Brian. I just no team totals in it. Next year I got to switch this up for baseball. Get tighten up the ship here. Do like a team total. Maybe some first fives, but Mets over, Nats over, Yanks over, Padres over for me. Michael B. Got to go get some work done. Have a good one, Michael. Corey Jones. Who's better quarterback, Sanders or Nix? Um, I mean, is Sanders going to be at the next level? Probably. Is Nick's a good college quarterback who gets things done? I mean, how, that's the thing here. Like, you could come in and be like, well, Bo Nix is trash, but Bo Nix wins games a little bit. I mean, what do we? I mean, let's look at Bo Nix's uh, 8 TDs, no intercept, 27-6. Auburn 10 games, 11-3 for rushing. He had 14 rushing touchdowns last year. Auburn as a freshman, 15-6, 7 rushing, 11-7, 11-4. I mean, I, it's tough going off of because with the Sanders, and because I don't think he's a bad quarterback, but who's around him matters here. That's the problem. If this is a one-on-one competition and who's drafting who, I mean, it's not even a contest here, though, Corey. I mean, right? But there's other parameters involved in this game. Like he's throwing to a guy who's covered by somebody who's going to be drafted in the NFL, where Bo Nix is being covered by a guy who's going to be an accountant or a high school coach or whatever, not an NFL player. King D's laughing. I mean, Sanders is going to the NFL. Nix is probably not, but there's 50 other guys on the team. And the key is the 11 guys on defense facing that guy. Glow, a rivalry game. A rivalry game that you're favored by 24 by. You should have lost. It's going to be close. It's not going to be. It's going to be close because it's going to be 0-0 at kickoff. Irish as doggies. I like the over, Mike. I know it's better with Harmon. What's his name? The Ohio State kid, little slow out of the gate. Although last week, not terrible. Maybe finding his way. I like the over here. Notre Dame, when it comes to playing the top kind of schools, they always get kind of shooters. I want to call this guy CJ McCord. He's not CJ McCord. What's his name? Whatever. McCord's the quarterback for us, right? Notre Dame to me is going to give up the points. They don't have the speed. And again, whether they're playing Clemson, Michigan, USC, Bama, whatever, whenever you see them in the marquee game, the points are there. Give me the over. And sidewise, let's be honest, Mike. This is a playoff game here. Loser's not making the playoffs. It's just that simple. Ohio State's got Michigan. They lose there. 2 losses, you're not getting in. Even 1 loss, you're gonna have trouble getting in because I don't think Ohio State's winning the Big 12. 21-10 last year, 44-28 the year before, and yeah, 21-10 last year. I had Ohio State looked terrible out of the gate. So the offense looked bad, but that I don't want to put a lot onto that game. Eric says I'm a Bama heavy -6.5. I have Bama minus a 6. I got Bama minus 7, but I got Ole Miss plus 15.5 as well. So Glow says take the under. Champs can't cover. Here we go. Oh my goodness, Glow. Oh my goodness, Glow. Now Colorado's better than Georgia. Jesse might be on Oregon. I take. I'm hilarious. We're gonna listen. I'm gonna stick by what I say here. Well, they do not have the depth to compete right now. I said this about UCF. They got at least UCF's been in the kind of growing in the group of five, winning and getting recruits. Now they're in the Big 12. They got a little work to do before they compete. Colorado has a whole lot of work to do before they compete. You're going to see it. You'll see. And listen, Colorado wins this one. Colorado somehow stays within 10. Hey, hats off to you. I'll be shocked. I'll admit I'm totally wrong, Glow. I do not see it. I do not see it. J-Rock, I think people undervalue Hunter missing. This dude's one of the best players in the country. Turned down Florida State to go play for Prime. Yeah. He's out. KD, later about to jump on Madden 24. There you go. Play Madden 24 so your Colts are going to the Super Bowl, King D. Brian, teasing Kansas and Rutgers. Michigan say, oh my goodness, a Rutgers game. What are we doing there, Brian? Eric, you can't argue with ignorance. No. Listen, you know, whether agree or disagree with me, people in chat, that's not it. I mean, people get blinded by their fandom and hype and excited about stuff, and that's perfectly fine and dandy, Eric. But like, you gotta. I'm a numbers guy off the spreads, right? This line is 28. It comes to 14. It goes up to 21. I mean, I'm still getting. I'm more than touchdown value because I got Oregon at a. I got Oregon 14 and a half, Oregon 17 and a half. So I still feel pretty good at a line that was lined at 28. You know, Texas Tech is decent. They are decent, bro. We'll see. We'll see where my Texas Tech is. They'll be bowling, baby. My name is Markel. Wait, I'm not in Colorado. I'm with the Ducks. Oh, all right. I thought you were a Duck guy. Excuse me, my name is Markel. I thought you were a Colorado backer. Glow does not like my Texas Tech take. Eric says, lay the lumber on Oregon. Heavy. SC gave up 20 to San Jose. Here we go. Here we go. I'm really admiring all the Colorado love right now. I'll be on Oregon. I don't care about Prime. I'm talking about the points of covering it. All right. How, and this just comes down. How are they covering with a defense that can't put their, it's like a potato in a wet paper bag. Defense is a problem. The defense is a problem. It's a big problem. It's a big problem when you're playing a school like this. King D, best luck to everybody. Higgs, hold nose on this one. Here we go. Money line. Bro, I hope you have some old towels you could cut up and use them as reusable diapers, bro. Go money line on this. Nick, yes, it would have been a sweep for me. I had the Brewers money line and under Brewers and under Orioles lost to 9 innings. Oh yeah, brutal. Yeah, that was an extra inning game, that Rays game. Eric, these people are absolutely idiots. Wow, come on, no name calling. No name calling here. We have people are high on the team. I get it. It happens. T-Way says, enjoy the losing tickets. Some tell me Clem's at home. I have no reason to ever want to back them. It is, listen, you have Clemson and maybe the quarterback's back. Maybe he's a real deal. I said at the beginning with Florida State, and I had LSU. Until Florida State wins some games, I think the coach is on a hot seat. They got to get some marquee wins going for themselves. I'm a believer in them right now. And just because I believe in a team to get stuff done, right? I mean, I think teams should cover, right? I get laughed at for my Tampa Bay takes and my Green Bay takes and stuff like that, or Texas Tech for what it may. I understand the love here for people like in Colorado. I'm just trying to be a little dose of reality of, what's coming down the pike, what it's expected or was expected of them this year. Diamondbacks, well, I don't hate it. I mean, Luke Weaver on the hill for the Yanks. Luke Weaver? Take the over. I'm on the over. Eric says, I'll take all these Colorado bets. Let's go, he says. Nick, just saw your picks all over. Say, yeah, over baseball today. There's a lot of overs in baseball. Nats over, Mets over, Yanks over, Padres over. NC State again. Everybody's on this over NC State. This is the third time I've seen this, Robert. Are we just thinking they're going to score 40? Because Virginia, I shouldn't say that. Virginia's going to score 14 and they'll score 7 in the first quarter. You think I got a good shot at this game going over, and then they end up between 10 and 13, 10 and 16 points, and then you're left holding the bag. You need a if you like the over, just take NC State to blow these guys out. I clicked Oregon for the F of it. Oh, here we go. Come on. Opinions on over Air Force game. I, total wise, no real opinion. Sidewise, I like Air Force. I think we talked about Air Force earlier. We have a right? We have -4.5 here in the chat. So I'm going to stick by that, even though the line has come up. Air Force only runs the ball. There's an update. Service academies run options. Boy, they crushed me last week. I didn't think they were going to be that good. Heavy rain on the East Coast for Sunday Jets. Probably a 10-9 game for easy under. Yeah, Randy, I initially liked the over there because I'm thinking I'm going to get turnovers, maybe a short field to punch this over. Like, to get to it wouldn't have shocked me to see like a 23-13 kind of game again, like something a little bit towards it, and then something late happens to push this game over. Like they get down the Jets like they did last week, and they throw it, interception. Now though, I put it out with Detroit Lightning. I like the over there, thinking it's going to be a late scoring game to punt it over. If we're having a border, hurricane, heavy thunderstorms coming in up from the Caribbean there, definitely go over. Under the 30. It's already moved. I see a 36 out there, so I'd get on that now. Especially with the winds. That's why I grabbed Washington at 6.5. There's going to be winds coming to town. You got 15, 20 mile an hour winds. Could be worse. Boise and San Diego State under 45.5. I could do that. Yeah, I think Boise wins too. San Diego State's really take a step back. Jalen Daniels, best QB in college football. I think the Heisman is Williams to lose. Like that's for me. That is the guy who's quote unquote the anointed guy coming in. He puts up 40 some touchdowns. They go undefeated. He's gonna get the hype. Now, my favorite Daniels, JT Daniels from Rice, baby. How about a little Rice action here? Rice over looking good. He's got 8 TDs on the year. Locking it with the king. You guys don't load the farm on Colorado or riding the wave. Yes, but managed unit size. They're going to step up a competition. Yes, they always win. Yes, they do. J Rock. Air Force 3.5. It's at a 3.5 now, Air Force? Air Force -3.5. Their defense much better than Oregon State ran all over San Jose. Expect the same. Listen, great number at 3.5, J Rock. Excellent for you. I thought I had a good number at 4.5. Wow. Yeah, they should get it done. Dallas says opinion on Cubbies. No, thank you. Over. You know what? I go over just because I think Italian's going to get shelled and they're not hitting. They're going to miss the playoffs now. Blue Jays over against Tampa. Bassett and Glass now. I don't want to get a job with the Jays. Do not want to give up with Blue Jays. What are these guys doing? Glass now at home. I would say I would lean under, but I'm not betting it. San Diego State on the spread today. Boy. Here's the thing with this. I get it. You're catching about a touchdown. But what have you seen out of this team this year? Have you watched them play? You managed to beat Ohio. Luck. Pure luck. Idaho State doesn't count. And then you lost to Oregon State and UCLA. I'm going to be crazy and say Boise State is not that much worse than UCLA. And I'm not, I don't think UCLA is a super team. I don't think San Diego State gets it done. Almighty one's in house. It's Florida State money line. I'm glad to be on the same side as the Almighty one. Sharp guy, the Almighty one. Let me tell you, doesn't bet a lot, but when he does, it's for big chunks. Next is how about Cubbies over? I mean, I don't hate it. I'm just trying to stay away from the Cubbies right now. But Sanders on Bam and they win. Would you agree with that? Absolutely. He's going to be the number one pick. Here we go. Knicks has been around forever. He was with Auburn. I'm saying, listen, for the Knicks and Sanders comparison, it's no comparison. Sanders is a hell of a lot better. But Knicks has better guys he's throwing to, better guys behind him, better lines on the offensive line. And on the defensive side of the ball, Colorado doesn't have like a half dozen future NFL guys on their team. That's the difference. That is the equalizer here for these two guys. Sanders can come put on a show. He's going to try to do everything himself, run, pass, whatever. That does not win. Team total 47.5. Yes. Yes. Yeah, 0-0 kickoff. It's close. Bo Nix not an NFL player. No. Hey, is he a starting? No. Let's be honest though, Glow. How many guys get picked up in the NFL are sitting on rosters? So be a practice squad guy, just because he played at Oregon and Auburn. Corey Jones, let's go back to Auburn when Nick started. How he played Sanders coming to Colorado. I'm not saying Sanders isn't a better quarterback. It's that is not the comparison. Sanders' ability is better than Nick's. But there's 10 other guys on the offense, and they're facing an 11-man defense. And that is the difference maker here that makes Nick's a better player than Sanders, because Nick's has better players on offense with him, and the defense is head and shoulders better than a Colorado defense. And if you can't say that, I mean, I got nothing to say to you. Yes, Sanders better talent, head to head. Who are you taking? That's a joke. It's no comparison. But it's a team game, which is why Sanders is a 21-point underdog today. T-Money officially no play in Colorado, Oregon. Jesse's scared to get involved. He's all over the Ole Miss Bama game. I believe Notre Dame's going to control the clock. I like Notre Dame. I don't hate Notre Dame in the points. I mean, I just like the over. Good night, Munchie's in the house, my guy. Good to see you, Munchie. Georgia Tech, Washington State, Notre Dame, Memphis. I do like Memphis there, right? You got Mizzou off of that big win. Notre Dame as a home dog, I don't hate. Washington State, a doggy as well. And Georgia Tech, I like. I said Georgia State. I said Georgia Tech in week 1. I like the Ramblin' Wreck. I think you go 4-0, Munchie. Get it. Mr. Hill missed the show, but better late than never. You did miss it. Oh, we're still here. Coming in with the likes. Bama has not covered. Here we go with the covering. Here we go. What is the? Does that mean they don't win today? Like Colorado didn't cover last week. Does that mean they don't cover today? Alabama looked so bad last week. The overreaction was, I'll tell you the overreaction, because I got Ole Miss at plus 15.5, and then it reopened at 7. It was 15.5 before they played on Saturday. 15.5. And then it opens up at 7 because, Bama looks bad. Colorado was a 14-point dog before they looked absolutely terrible, and it went to 21. Come on. Air Force, winner. Wisconsin, loser. Orioles, yes, over. Yeah, Bieber off the injured list, sure. J-Rock, I've heard enough about Colorado. I mean, seriously. I just like it that I don't mind talking about it because it's not like Georgia, LSU, Bama, Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan. It's not USC. It's not the same. Like when it comes to college basketball, it's like, oh, Duke, Kansas. Like you got an outlier in here. But man, quarterbacks: Jalen Daniels, Ward, Drew Allen, Dante Moore are going to be top QBs of 2025. Williams, Hartman, Penix, May, Riley Leonard for this year's draft. Everybody forgets Drake May there, Carolina. J-Rock, Daniels on Kansas, very good. Problem is this defense is horrible. Yes. Air Force at 6. Glad to get it early. Nothing wrong taking early ones. I like Glow coming in here. Glow, please don't. I don't even think like I'm teasing or picking on. We go back and forth on the Colorado Oregon point spread. This is good talk. You know, Brian, fine. I'll stay away from NC State over. I mean, Virginia to me, I don't want to give them bad Virginia. I'll just rather if you take an NC State, just take NC State. I like Purdue. No total on, no prediction on that over there. Wisconsin struggled. I thought they'd struggle early. You got rid of your offense and brought in a whole new offense, and you see how they're playing. They're not playing good, and Purdue's overachieving for sure. But I'd rather take a home dog than a road fave. Josh, Packers just signed Hugh Janus. Wow, he's great, Hugh Janus. Oh, Josh, I love it. Hugh Janus. I mean, I remember putting down the crazy stuff. It was like in 8th grade. Of course, you acted the fool in 8th grade. Like we'd have to go to the auditorium if you had like a substitute teacher. It was like, oh, everybody's in the auditorium because they didn't have enough teachers even back in, '87. And they'd send around attendance sheets, and I'd have to like sign my name and then like put the fake name like 6 names down so people would fill in the blanks. And then I had to get wise and start using like a different pencil. Like you use a pen and a pencil, you have to switch it up a little bit, and I had to write with my left hand so they know it was me. All right, Mr. Hill, I like the Colorado game over. Yes, 73 should get there. Dallas is JT Daniels, Bo next to the XFL, USFL, CFL. Come on, man. JT Daniels, Heisman. Lex, keep it a class. You know how we roll, Lex. Good to see you. Gary, Sam Houston money line, probably not good, but betting. I have a Sam Houston over the win total. I need some wins here, Sam Houston. Though. Can we get some wins, Sam Houston? Please. I mean, there's. Oh yeah. I mean, I enjoy them covering for me, and I've had them. And what again? 10 here? I mean, 14-0, 13-3. I thought I don't know if they'd grab one of these games, but come on. How about an under? I think they covered the spread though too. And this is like a rival. I mean, Sam Houston's right down the road from Houston. Corey, I like Colorado play USC tight when they get back home. You know what that line? Oh, let me go down here and find my futures here. Let me get my line for what that game is going to be. Is that on this sheet here? What's next week? The 30th? I got a 21 opener on USC. 21. USC minus 21 next week. I also see a 25 on the future market. So, do with that as you may. Rob Franklin's in the house coming in here. Good morning as I'm ready to roll out of here. Spencer Rattler is better than Bo Nix. Yes, Spencer Rattler, baby. There's a Heisman guy. Is this Al style or AI style? Maybe it's Iverson. His boys are going to win tonight. Yes, they will, and they will cover. Rob says Colorado about to get crushed. Bad spot for Colorado. Oregon can name their score again. Team total might be best. 47.5. Rob, you missed the entire show was that today. I like your Oregon team total over. Yes. I like the over in the Cubbies game. Probably got to pay that. Talian's been terrible. He's been bad. Cubs have been bad. What's there to say? Except goodbye. I'm out of here. Purdue +6. Air Force -4.5 for tonight. Again, that Oregon team total tomorrow is 47.5. Go get it. And this is why I don't like I'm running right into the Bet Win Repeat show. That's why sometimes I say come just to winning free picks and follow on this channel as well. I'm going to end a poll. It looks like Oregon is the poll winner. 58% in the poll. 36 votes. 58 Oregon. Colorado plus 21 gets 41% of the votes. There you go for a football Friday. Oh boy, I got now. Of course, I got to answer these things. Washington State's going to get run over by Martinez, my best running backs country. So you like Oregon State? Rob says Maryland, the Terps, UNC, UCLA. I mean, I sort of like the NC. I didn't play it, and Terps should win there. Turner, Sanders will return to Colorado if Campbell Williams come back because both want to be number one draft picks. That makes sense. That's probably why his dad said you're not leaving. Brian says Bryce Young being ruled out, good thing for the Panthers. I don't think it really changes much far. I mean, it changed the line because I got Seattle at 3.5 or -3, and now it's a 6. Problem is you bring in a quarterback. Stranger things have happened. I mean, I still like Seattle though. Glow. Bottom line is Colorado so far had a tougher schedule. I mean, why? Because they played a rivalry game at home. I mean, they played a rivalry game versus a team that they took it as a rivalry game. Nobody in Colorado ever played Colorado State before. And Oregon had a much tougher road game at Texas Tech than they did at TCU. Robert, Lafayette over Buffalo. I want to say Buffalo. I liked them last week versus Liberty. I thought the line was a little light. Was that last week's game? 3 against Liberty? They got run out of the building. Commanders, points, yes. Titans under, yes. Tampa Bay, yes with the points. Rams, down to a 2. Still like the spread there? Pats under, yes. Cowboys, money line. Cowboys, money line, minus what, 300? Vikes over, yes. Jags, laying it, okay. Dolphins, money line, 240 range there. Seahawks spread, yes. Ravens under, no. Rob says Penn State, yes. Oregon big, yes. Willie Reese, how do you feel about the Cubs and the Rockies? Over. Hawaii. I don't even know who Hawaii has. Let's pull up some Hawaii football. Last game on the docket, probably, right? Are they home? New Mexico. I would lean New Mexico State, but they're just off a win. It's a bad spot for them. I'd lean Hawaii there. Picks from Dave is in the house. Giants are a bunch of Miracle Whip lickers. There we go. And we know how we feel about Miracle Whip. Nasty Miracle Whip. Picks from Dave tonight. Doing a show. If you don't follow Picks for Dave on YouTube, follow. He's also on Twitter. I've been known to make an appearance. Dave's show, a little bit more raw than mine. A lot of shenanigans. But I think the chat would love it because you're live betting and having fun. Check out Picks from Dave. It's a good guy, Dave Rogers. Rob says Western Kentucky. They just got shellacked, didn't they? I mean, I don't hate that spot. Lane, I'm late. All over Notre Dame. I like them, but I just like the over more. Texas versus Baylor in a rout on the Longhorns. Lane says other plays, Wyoming and Florida State. No opinion on the Cowboys there at home. I understand, and Florida State I do like. All right. Hit the like button on the way out. Notification bell. I'll be back tomorrow, midday money, but a little early because it's noon football. So I'll come in about 10 minutes early. We'll talk some noon games. Look headlines Sunday night. You don't want to miss out on that. I'm out of here. My ears are pounding from having. I've had this headset on for 3 hours between Ross and Jesse and this show. Money line, Sam Houston. Going out a 10-point doggy money line. I like it there. I like the boldness. Under for sure.